been teaching for a long time, and I've always been interested in working in a collaborative setting, partly because that's what I found engaging when I was in school. And I have been working with different partners over time, and we've always tried to do a PBL type focus before we even called it PBL.
Yeah, and I think the biggest difference for me in my teaching career is doing projects just for the sake of projects. Is how I started out, and I think that's how a lot of us start out. And then moving forward and pairing up with Sandra, it's really what are the students gaining and that authenticity piece. So who is the audience? Is it a project where they're just going to put it in the trash when we give it back to them? Or is it a project that's going to have some real community impact, either within the school or even in the larger Charlottesville community? At the end of last year, the county sort of pulled some teachers in together to talk about this National Writing Project grant that we have going on, and having students really think about how we memorialize stories and what monuments are built and why, and giving the students an opportunity to choose a story, a local story that hasn't been told, and giving them the freedom and creativity to tell that story.
We also are hoping there are long-term effects, and that when they go to see a monument or memorial or to a museum, that they start asking questions like what story is being told, what story is not being told, looking around with a more critical eye, so that not only is it that they're going to create something here at the end, but as they go forward in life, there's always that idea there about what is this story.
So at the end of this project, we're pairing with a couple of other high schools, and there's going to be a big community showcase. And I think that's an opportunity that's exciting for our students, because they might be able to come back to Charlottesville in a couple years and still see what they've done and created. Any kid can really get involved in some deep critical thinking. I think it's a common misconception that the PBL should be geared toward the extra, the enrichment, the gifted and talented labeled students or the honors AP students, when our students, a lot of them, they don't feel that engaged in school, and this is exactly the type of work that they get really passionate about and helps develop and push their skills even further. I think the most important lesson that we've learned over the past couple years is to trust the students. Last year we had a group of students that don't love school, but when they had the opportunity to create a podcast about war, they got so into it, and we were shocked, and they made a podcast that we are still going to be using, I think, as an exemplar for years, because it was something they were interested in and they were passionate about. And these are students that might have come to us pre-labeled as disengaged, and because we gave them the opportunity and trusted them, they delivered.